I think Dr. Sands was involved in that one.
It pings with access granted. Says access granted, Daniel McMahon. That's who it thinks you are, Pat.
Well, now we need to meet Dan McMahon in Buzzing.
Daniel, yes. Some weird, creepy doctor.
Gary used to come to the fog.
Where did Pat go?
Who?
Sorry, where did Gary go?
I was gonna say he used to come to the fog.
Oh no. He gets the door open and then just like walks backwards. Before you enter the building, is there anything you folks want to do out here on the patio area?
I mean, is there anything for, like, can we look? Do we see from where we are on the outside? Like, we're trying to go up or down, or?
You're ultimately you want to go down, but if for whatever reason, if you want to investigate any particular, if you want to like look over the edge, if you want to swim in the pool, if you want to do anything, let me know.
You know what? I'm the only thing here is the weird algae pool.
There's no lifeguard on duty, Reg.
No, I'm gonna regret doing this, but I can't.
Okay.
I want to look. I'm not going in the pool. I just want to kind of walk a lap around it and like stare intently into it and see. And I do have like a gun ready just in case something stupid tries to like jump out at me. I'm just gonna like reflexively fire right at its face.
Why don't you roll me with advantage? Because it's pretty locusty to be like, yeah, I might as well peek just in case.
I got 19 is the higher of the two.
19?
Yeah.
All right. You as you're walking around the pool, the water is very dark. You see like what looks like some kind of like weird koi fish kind of like darting around. But you also see a mostly skeletonized kind of like hand in like some nasty ass cloak or not cloak, coat underwater, and then it looks like they're covered in whatever gross stuff's at the bottom of the pool.
So it's just a hand with a coat.
Yeah.
Is the hand holding anything, or is it reaching up like?
It looks like it's sunk to the bottom of the pool and got covered in mucky grossness.
How deep's the pool?
It looks like it's like 7 feet. There's a diving board, so at least 6 or at least 7.
Are there any pool cleaning supplies, like, the net?
Wait, what?
Like, is it
a pool cleaning net anywhere around?
Fish a corpse out?
I might.
Yeah.
Can we finagle? So the thing is one of the weird things I carry is this like little bag, but it's with pieces of like ropes and string, but they're all little tiny lengths. It's like the like leftover pieces. I've never actually had to like. It's intended for like random things where you just need you just got to tie something off with a short length of rope. It's not
That's why there's a pool here. I was assuming.
I mean, I could tie them end on end and
something.
Lasso a corpse. Why do I feel like there's something under there? I don't know. Probably I'm just dicking around with a dead body.
I'm hoping it's got like some sort of ID card or something that might come in handy.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah. Oh, I like that. That might have saved us the hacking. Good call, Torque. Yeah, let's finagle. Let's get the corpse out.
Yeah, we can get an arm around that. We can get around that arm and pull it out without.
Does anybody have like completely sealed hands and arms that they could reach in from the diving board and grab the corpse?
I don't know if my mutation is activated in game yet. So otherwise, I'd have light armor.
Where'd you
on my skin?
Where'd you get your invitation?
I drank the Kool-Aid from the Atom Order.
Oh, okay.
3 games ago, and I submitted my mutation, which causes the stuff under my skin, the carbon under my skin, to become carbon fiber and give me light armor.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say by now you've your mutation started to manifest. It no longer just looks like a sunburn. Now it's starting to look like cool
Yeah, that's that picture I showed you with this shimmering black.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
arm, pieces of my arm. It shines through. Okay, so I have carbon
Good.
fiber arms and hands. I can probably grab it and see what I can do.
All right.
Do it up,
Um,
Mark.
Why don't Brewster and Reggie roll me to try to go fishing for that guy's arm, and Torque, roll me your fortitude with advantage to pull it out of the water.
All
I
right,
got a 16.
9, 14.
Nice.
What did you get, Brewster?
16.
Um, so Reginald, you're more offering like emotional support.
Right.
Uh,
I'm an ideas guy.
it takes a good like
The locust way.
it's probably like the 30th try by now, but like that's not so bad. It's been about 2 minutes, and you lower this rope down. Each time you pull it out of the water and it gets like a layer of algae, it's just like slimier and worse and gross. But eventually you're able to kind of like loop the wrist and pull this thing upward. Torque, you get a hand on it, and it's almost like completely out of the water. You can see like up to its like waist. And when you go to pull, something pulls back. And like the water kind of disturbs a bit. Torque, why don't you roll me to try to stay sturdy during.
Oh, 5.
Oof.
Ooh.
I take a deep breath.
It pulls downward, and Torque gets yanked into the water. There's a big old splash, and let's get some initiative.
14.
1.
Eight.
Also 8.
Who got 1? Was that?
That's me.
5. I got 5.
Oof. All right, Torque, top of the list.
All right. Well, I see. I mean, I'm in the water.
Yep.
Well, I think my first thing is to try and let go of the arm and get to the surface.
All right. That's easy enough. You do that without issue.
Okay.
The skeleton gets pulled in. Brewster is still holding onto that rope though. So Brewster, roll me to not also get yanked into the pool.
Sorry, Brewster.
5.
Oof. All right. You pull your head up, Torque, just as you see Brewster's like feet passing over your head, and Brewster gets yanked in. The pool's getting super muddy, and like just like all the gross that was at the bottom is just like spreading upward. You can't even see your own like past whatever's underwater, essentially. Those of you who are now inside of it. Next is Reggie.
All right. Gloves on. There we go. And can I see any of them like floundering around from the top or no?
Oh, you can see both of them. You see Brewster's legs sticking out as he just got pulled in, and you see Torque's head sticking out as he just pulled himself back out.
Right. So I'm gonna lie down flat on the edge of the pool or wherever that I can and reach forward and grab the bottom of Brewster's legs and try and like pull him back.
All right, awesome. Give me a roll. I'm picturing you doing this like at the edge of the diving board.
Right. That's kind of what I figured I'm probably at. So
I also got an 8. Can I aid him?
Yes, actually, you guys can act together if you want.
I got a 7 to help him.
I got a 16 on the die.
Nice. And with the help, yeah. You give a pull, Brewster. It's like something's yanking you from below, and then you feel like a sudden lurch backwards. You're still holding the rope in your hand, and you pop out of the water. Yeah, you both pop out of the water and you yank him back onto land. The rope's kind of down, hanging in the water, what's left of it. Next would be Brewster.
All right, I'm gonna try to pull the thing up.
All right.
So. I got a 1.
Is it a 1?
It's a 1.
Oh.
All right. You go to pull it out, and you, because of how like you just got like jostled around, you go to grab and you grab on that slick slime of the rope, and it just goes right out of your hands. You see the rope kind of like just go into the water and flippering about. There's maybe like a foot sticking out left of the rope if anyone wants to grab it. Next up is Rabbit.
I guess I'm just gonna try and grab that rope.
All right.
Yeah, let's try and get that. A 14.
That is so close. So I'm going to say that you're able to get it.
Nice.
Are you diving in to grab it, or are you like doing your best to stay out of the water?
You know what? I like a little danger. I'm diving in.
All right. Just as it disappears, like under like the water level, you dive in, you grab on, and you are yanked to the bottom, and you have like a thud against like the bottom of the pool. So thankfully, it's not too deep, and you feel it's hard to see, but you feel the rope is like getting like swum around you. You feel it kind of like pass against like your left arm and then against your right arm. Torque, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to assist to pull the rope up.
Alrighty. Give me a roll. Oh, I rolled badly for a challenge, so.
Oh, I rolled goodly, 17.
Good. All right. You're able to pull on the rope. However, when you feel a tug and like some movement, because it's hard to see under the water, it seems like it's not as far as the rope. No, wait, no. Rabbit has the rope underwater, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're so you can't really grab the rope actually.
Oh, okay. I attack the darkness. So Patrick is underwater, or Rabbit, I mean?
Yes.
Okay, I dive in after him. I rolled a 17 to get him out of the water.
All right. You dive in and you wrap your arms around like the first thing you feel, and it happens to be like flesh, which is good. Presumably. No, stop it. Okay. Sorry about that. Rabbit, you feel something kind of grab at your shoulders. It doesn't seem like it's trying to crush you.
Oh, that's good.
And it's pulling upward. However, it's the pool thing's turn. As it's pulling upward, you do feel the rope like kind of constrict. You feel your shoulder bones kind of like crack a bit. Not like they're breaking, but like there's tension being like put on them. And between being pulled upward and being kind of like tightened downward, it's kind of claustrophobic. I'm gonna have you roll me a d20 to not kind of succumb to claustrophobia, essentially.
Okay. I'm rolling. 12.
You're able to hold off panic. You're like fuck. Well, you don't inhale because then you die.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You kind of just like tense up and brace yourself instead of freaking out. Reggie, you see Torque starting to just like top of his head is creasing out of the water as he's pulling something up.
Right. So, I mean, it's clear that like something's attacking him. So I'm going to weigh the odds here that whatever's attacking him is busy, focused on him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll kind of like sideways off the diving board with blades in hand. And I'm just going like, I'm just going to be trying to stab at whatever thing is under there. Like if I feel anything that doesn't feel vaguely humanoid and in consistency, it's just going to be like,
All right.
Yeah.
It is going to be challenging because it's hard to see through the water, but roll me some dice.
never stopped me before.
Going Cuisinart.
Am I rolling with disadvantage? Or am I rolling? What am I doing? Just roll straight die. What do you want?
Yeah, you can just roll one die. It's just going to be hard for you to beat.
6.
Okay. Yeah, you're literally just stabbing at water. At one point, you're like, "Oh, was that something?" But the water's too dark to really tell.
Right.
Next is Gary.
Rabbit or Torque? Well, don't roll one.
I'm going to reach in and try and grab a hold of Torque to help pull him up.
Alrighty.
And I got a 3. I'm rolling hot today, guys.
So good.
I'm actually trying to dunk him.
Yeah.
Y'all, we gotta die before we get to our max.
Brewster.
Okay. I see him trying to grab Torque, so I'm going to try to grab Torque.
All right.
And I got a 6.
Oof. I'm going to say between the two of you working together, you are able to pull Torque up enough where his head's now out of the water, and you can see the top of Rabbit's head.
Right.
Just starting.
You're not helping.
I'm going to go for a high 5.
It's party. Rabbit, your turn.
Am I capable of using my arms? I know you were saying they were getting wrapped earlier.
You can try to wriggle and.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and free my arms so I can try and at least tread water, or if not, grab like the ledge of the pool.
Alrighty.
Okay. I got 19.
Yeah. So you're as soon as your head like touches like the dry air, you start to relax, and it immediately lets your body like unclench just enough to kind of like pop out of like the confines that you're in. And with Gary and Brewster and Torque all like just pulling up as much as they can, both of you are able to get out of the water.
Nice.
The rope kind of like tightens as it's going down your body, and it almost like you feel it start to tighten at your legs, but you're like, no. You wriggle your foot free.
Nice.
And the rope does disappear into the water. Actually, the rope is disappearing into the water, top of the list. Torque, do you try to go for the rope again?
Let's roll the dice, baby.
Yeah, I'm a locust. I'm going for the rope.
Yes. Buzz, baby.
Okay, give it a try.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 1.
Yay!
So you are able to,
You need to tie it off to something.
you're able to grab it, and you're like teetering, but you're like just sitting on the edge of the pool, so it's much easier than if you were like being pulled off of your ankles. And you have hold of
Frankie's
it.
a big one.
We're gonna roll against each other as the pool creature is pulling against you. I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. You're holding and pulling. The rope in the water goes completely taut for a quick second. Actually, no, it's staying completely taut. And next is Reggie.
What was that?
Yeah. So while they're continuing to try to get the rope and the thing out, I'm gonna try. If it's not clear already, I'm very much like the easiest way for us to resolve issues is to defeat the things that are creating the issues in the first place.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, like, stab.
All right.
Like,
So you run to the shallow end of the pool where you think this thing is, based on the tautness of the rope.
right, whatever I can do, right, and I'm making attacks on it.
All right. Make an attack.
Slightly improved. I'm up to an 8.
All right. This time you do meet flesh. There's like a squish as you cut into what looks like a massive like salamander tail. Essentially, it's like really thin
Weird.
compared to how wide it is, and it has like, algae growing all over the edge.
Yeah, I will really admit I have a morbid curiosity simply to see whatever the hell this thing is.
All right. Well, you at least see its tail. And next would be Gary.
I am going to shoot at where the tail came up. I'm gonna try and pop a shot over there. 12.
I'm sorry. You're shooting at the creature.
Yeah.
Okay. It cuts into the water, and like a half second later, you see a spot of blood rise to the top where you shot. It's still too hard to see into the water, but you made contact at the very least. Next is Rabbit. Brewster, I'm sorry.
So how much rope is on the other end of Torque? So Torque had the rope. How much more?
There's like, I'm gonna say there's like 1.5 feet of rope sticking out under Torque's.
Okay.
Pulling.
Is there anything around that I could tie it to?
There's a diving board. There's you and Torque. There's like the ladder that goes into the pool.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna tie it to the ladder.
Okay.
Just so we don't lose the rope again.
And
I want to know what's on the other end. I've come this far.
Exactly. I'm not losing this rope again.
Give me a roll for how well you tie this.
I got a 1.
All right. You tie the
That's 3
best.
in a row. I can't.
You tie the best knot you think you've ever tied in your life. You're like you loop it around like 7 times. You like connect it from the bottom part to the top part. And you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, maybe you should get a new die, Brewster.
Yeah, I'm working on getting a new die here.
Next is Rabbit.
Cool. I'm agreeing with Reggie a lot. The locusts make a lot of sense. Best way to fix this, just shoot it, just kill it, deal with it that way. I'm just gonna follow up, seeing where all the blood trails are. Just take a shot in that area.
Sure.
Alrighty, roll in. That would be a 5.
All right. I'm sorry, gang. Your dice rolls are
Not always the best.
If I find a literal red herring at the end of this rope, I'm going to be very upset.
You fire into the water. You don't see blood rise up. Unfortunately. Next is Torque.
I'm going to pull real hard.
All right, do it up. I didn't roll too high, so hopefully you don't.
15.
All right. This time you yank, and you yank completely. Whatever was on the other end must have like let go or something like kind of snapped off, and you pull out and upward, and from the water there's one arm and the top of a torso.
Is there a badge attached to that top part of the torso?
You yank the corpse out of the water onto the side of the pool. It looks mostly decomposed, however, not completely. And as you kind of push away the mush and the sludge, you find the badge of Dr. Anna Goodley.
It worked. All right. Let's go inside.
However, it's the salamander's turn.
Damn it, salamander.
It rips its head back towards where it just got stabbed in the ass. And Reggie, I need you to beat a 13 with a roll.
Oh. Praise Zorak, from whom all blessings flow.
Do you grant a prayer, India? All right, what did you get?
Can I roll with advantage?
What did you get?
7.
All right, turn your 7 onto a 20.
Oh,
Yay! Thank you, Granny.
Praise Grandma.
glory to Zorak.
You see these massive set of jaws burst out of the water, and you kind of like reach back, and you don't see or know why this thing stopped, but the rest of you see it kind of just snap like a hair away from clamping onto Reggie, and instead you see that the horribly tied rope was tied just enough for this thing to be pulled just slightly from where it would have just bitten off Reggie's head. It goes to snap out of the water and it just gets yanked back like a dog at the end of its leash, and it falls into the water. Reggie, your life flashes before your eyes as you kind of like hop back and you're like certain you're going to die. But when you open your eyes, the water is just settling and you don't know what the hell just happened. However, you did get wet.
Thank you, Granny.
She's over playing Mortal Kombat right now, in case you're wondering what Zorak does.
Nice.
Fatality.
Right. You did it.
Cool. So it was like what do we want to call that? Has anyone ever seen anything like that before? So it's
Yeah,
like
let's actually describe this creature together. Why not? Everyone except for Reggie got a good look at it.
Fair enough.
So, so what? Each person give it like an attribute. I already gave it the algae-shaped weird tail.
Shark teeth.
All right, rows and rows of teeth.
Really?
Leathery skin. Both leather.
Hmm?
Leathery skin, you know.
Leathery skin.
A really fat, wide, like flat head.
All right. So like super wide, like just rows of teeth and like fleshy, nasty.
Yeah.
But polka dotted.
With polka dots. All right. Hey, salamanders have polka dots, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
True.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. It's nasty. We got to name this thing eventually.
Purple polka dotted people eater.
I was thinking Bill.
Bill. Bob.
Yeah, I'd like to add an entry for it to my Blessing Almanac. So whatever you guys decide you want to call this thing.
What I'm picturing is like Reggie's like keeping like a Charles Darwin-esque like journal.
Yeah, basically.
But this one creature is based on their descriptions because you didn't get to see it. So it's gonna be like,
It was called Steve.
ugh, no.
Hell, that's
Got-
I mean, like
Got 'em.
there are real creatures that exist based on exactly that problem. So, or well, they're not actual real creatures, but like there's a D&D monster that's based on somebody's poorly translated description of a wildebeest. I can't remember what the fuck it is, but if it raises its head up, you die.
All right. Let's move forward. You survived the scene, and even though you had already gotten the door open, you found the key card that can get the door open.
It can prove useful later.
You enter the building. The human warm wind rushes in behind you as you notice the drastic temperature change. It's nice and cold in here, especially compared to how it was outside. But because of all that nasty stuff that you were breathing in, the cold air it's harsh to breathe. It's like hitting an overly dry bowl, basically. Or going to the beach once. I have a different background to share.
Thanks for that clarification.
No problem. Yeah, let's give that a try.
I'm glad it's not so spooky.
There are not people like that standing around, but you do look around the building. It's pretty dark. The windows seem to be tinted to make sure that's the case. It's bright as fuck around here. And it looks like the building is in some kind of like power reserve mode, aside from like the air, which you can hear is on and is keeping the place very cold. Those of you who got wet, which is everyone except for Gary, roll me some dice.
Not a 1 this time.
Hey.
It's a 4.
Ooh.
7.
9.
12.
Okay. Torque, it's cold, but not too bad. You're noticing like that slime and sludge that's on you is like, as you're walking, you hear it like crackle as it's starting to freeze on you.
I was a warmonger. Ain't nothing.
Reggie, Rabbit, and Brewster, it is getting very cold. That slime that's just clinging to your skin, it's like icy hot, except without the hot part. And it's actually starting to like, you can feel it like freeze onto your skin. Do any of you in game have the tend or any like organic healing related skills?
I have a spot heal.
Yeah. So this, if you don't get that layer of like icy shit off of you, it will you will get frostbite very quickly.